Hi there, this is Chris, the chap in the cap from Moto Legends, here today to talk to you about the latest iteration of Belstaff's leather Trialmaster. It's called the Trialmaster Pro and it's the latest CE approved version of that jacket. So this is the mother of all leather motorcycle jackets. It's the leather version of the classic Belstaff Trialmaster. It's a style that's been around since the 1950s, been worn by generations of road riders and competitions riders, ISDT riders. But I've got to say that the likes of Sammy Miller, Bud Elkins and Steve McQueen never had a jacket of this quality. This particular one is called the Trialmaster Pro. It's new for 2020 and it is the CE approved version. One of the things that I think I've got to say about that is that whilst the CE is a safety test to make sure that motorcycle wear reaches a minimum standard, the old version of this, the non-CE version, there would not have been any difference in terms of the safety. They've not had to back this leather with anything. Leather sails through certainly the lower levels of the test. So the new CE version is not a more safe version, it's just a different version. It's got the right labeling, but it's also got one little change which I'm going to talk about now. And that basically is a change to the internal zip. Now, one of the problems with Trialmasters in recent years has been the two-way zip. The two-way zip was a good idea because what happens with a longer jacket like this, when you sit on the bike, because it's longer, it pushes up and it creates a stretch across the lower half of the body around the legs, and that put the zip under stress and it just made it uncomfortable. So what Belstaff did, they put in a two-way zip so that you could raise the bottom of the zip, lift it up so you could get comfortable on the bike. It was a nice idea, but it put too much stress under the zips. The zips that Belstaff used for a long while were not YKK zips, which was a shame, but the zips were awfully temperamental. And in truth, over many years, most people who bought a Trialmaster had to come back at least once and get the zip replaced. You had to be incredibly careful with it. You had to slot it in exactly. If it was only half in and you pulled it, you would just break the zip. They were very delicate, so that didn't really work. And we pushed for many years for Belstaff to move either to a better quality zip or to a different kind of zip. And that's what we have here. We have a zip that starts much higher, whereas on the old Belstaff, the zip would start down here and you would raise it up there. This starts a good 5 inches higher. It means that when you're sat on the bike, there isn't that kind of pressure. Jacket comes, just so you know, in 3 shades. It comes in a darker brown, it comes in black, and it comes in this burnt cuero, which we really like because it shows off the tonal, the dark and light areas better than some of the other colours. Whilst I'm here, I'm just going to show you a little detail. This is the tartan interior. You kind of expect that these days on any wax cotton jacket, on any Belstaff, but this jacket has it in some ways as you would expect. It's made from a heavily hand-waxed and oiled cowhide. It is a super luxurious leather. This leather is as nice a leather as you're ever going to find on a motorcycle jacket. It's between 1 and 1.1 millimeters in thickness, so it's perfectly up to the job as a bike jacket, but you put it on, this actually feels, as you might expect from a company like Belstaff, it feels like a street jacket, it feels like a fashion jacket, not so much like a motorcycle jacket, but I promise you, on the bike, you're never going to fall short in this in terms of its protective qualities. It's a fantastic leather, it's a really strong leather. This is more than up to the job. Further in terms of protection, we've got D3O armour. Belstaff will only work with D3O, so it comes as standard with D3O in the shoulders and the elbows. There's a pocket for a back protector. That doesn't come as standard, but what we would recommend is that you fit a D3O protector. Belstaff do their own, but to tell the truth, that's not always available. So this is a T8. This fits in most sizes. Obviously, D3O is the lovely soft stuff. As it gets hot, or as it gets warm, as you're wearing it, it gets softer and softer. It hardens on impact. So that's what we would be putting in the back. And if you are seriously going to use this as a bike jacket, you would want to fit one of those. You can also now upgrade the armour. Now, this is quite a heavy jacket, as you would expect of a long leather jacket, so I don't think you feel the armour as much as you do in a lighter weight jacket. But if you want the ultimate in comfort, if you're going to wear this a lot on the street, then you could upgrade to D3O's latest armour. It's called Ghost Armour. It's beer mat thin, it's super supple, it just molds around your body, so wherever your elbow is, because in here, if your elbow joint is not where they think it should be, it can be a little bit uncomfortable, but this is so flexible, it just molds around your body wherever it meets the body. So this is a very worthwhile upgrade, particularly if you're going to be wearing the jacket a lot on the streets as opposed to on the bike. Adds about another £50 to the cost. So in terms of some of the other details, I'm now going to run through the jacket, kind of top to bottom, talk through some of those. You've got corduroy in the collar. Again, that's another trademark that you would find on any Belstaff, on any Barbour, on any waxed cotton jacket. You've got corduroy there, so it's a fashion feature, but it's also a comfort factor. It's certainly nicer, in all probability, than having leather chafing against your neck. You've got the same in the cuffs. You've got a corduroy lined cuff. You've got 4 external pockets. This is not a waterproof jacket. It does not have a waterproof membrane. In some ways, it would be a shame to wear this in the rain. You're not going to damage it in a short shower, but this is a beautiful leather. We have seen people who have worn them heavily in the rain. It's going to dry out, so this is not the kind of jacket that you want to be doing that kind of riding in. I make this point just to say that obviously none of these pockets are waterproof. There is an internal pocket here, a Napoleon pocket on the inside. You've got a neck adjuster here, again a classic feature of jackets like this. You've got the placket down the outside. You've got these bottom 2 buttons, a rather nice feature. They look from afar or from a couple of meters, those buttons don't look any different, but whereas these are proper metal buttons, these 2 here are rubber covered, so if you are going to be on the bike, they're not going to damage anything. You've got extra layers of leather on the shoulders and the elbows. In truth, that's more about the aesthetics. It's more a decorative feature than protection, but actually it's a second layer of leather, so if you do end up going down the road, that is going to provide something by way of extra abrasion resistance. The belt is a classic belt. Now, some people are not massively keen on the belt because it can be a wee bit fiddly. You can just fasten the belt around the back and have it hanging down. You can remove the belt. There's another jacket in the range called the Turner that doesn't have a belt but instead has side adjusters, and for some people that's a more convenient way of riding because this jacket can be, on some people, it can be a little bit long. Here there is a cover for the buckle. Again, the idea being that if you're on the bike, that isn't going to scratch the bike. Other little details, you've got aerators under the arm here just to allow air to be expelled. That I think is pretty much all of the salient features. I suppose the question is this really a proper bike's jacket? And I'd say guardedly, yes it is, and no it's not. In some ways it's almost too nice to wear on a bike. It is a beautiful jacket. It is the kind of jacket that you might expect to pick up on Bond Street, and it's not going to do anything. It's an expensive jacket. This is just over £1,000. It's going to do nothing that a jacket at half the price wouldn't do. But if you like the longer jacket, if you like the Belstaff brand, it is a beautiful jacket. It's going to be protective. There's no reason why you shouldn't wear it. It is, I mentioned it earlier on, it's a bit long for some people. So, for example, if you're a short ass like I am, I don't think this jacket's ever going to work because what happens, it sits down, it makes you look as though you've got no legs, but when you come to sit on the bike, again, it's going to bunch up, you're going to end up sitting on the back of the jacket. So I think this is one of those jackets where you've got to try it on, you've got to sit on the bike if you're going to wear it on the bike, and you've got to make sure that it works for you, because beautiful as it is, luxurious as it is, it just isn't going to work on everyone. Price, as I've mentioned, is £1,075, and just a little point that's worth making, there is an equivalent version that you can buy as a Belstaff fashion jacket, and that's called the Panther 2.0. Now, that jacket doesn't come with any armour at all. In some ways, it's not as well made, and that is nearly £200 more expensive. So what we have found actually is a lot of people come down here to Guildford, they try the jacket on, they think it's great, they take the armour out and they wear it as a fashion jacket. That's not what we're recommending, but if you're someone who's going to wear this more off the bike, maybe you don't even have a bike, then this jacket still, or in that scenario, this jacket represents outstanding value for money. So that's it. That's the Belstaff Trialmaster 2.0, the new CE version. It's a fantastic jacket. If that's the look you want, there's nothing to touch it really. To see more leather jackets or more Belstaff jackets, then visit the website motolegends.com. If you want to learn more about the Belstaff Trialmaster Pro, then if you click on one of the links on the screen, sometimes they're up there, sometimes they're down there, that will take you directly to the relevant page on our website. Now when you're there, you can check out the spec in a little bit more detail, you can check out availability, and if you're really taken with the jacket, obviously you can buy one there and then. We are, I've got to say, the world's largest stockist of Belstaff's pure motorcycle collection. When you buy from us, we try to make the process as simple, straightforward and risk-free as we possibly can. There's no delivery charge on anything you buy from us. Returns are totally free, and what's more, we give you a full 12 months in which to decide whether you do want to return something to us. We have the best price guarantee in the business. Now, John Lewis is rightly famed for its never knowingly undersold promise. We go one stage better. If you can find anyone selling anything that we sell at a price that is lower than ours, we will beat that competitor's price by a full 10%. If the retail is in the EU and not in the UK, we will match their landed price. Now, there are a few terms and conditions, nothing particularly onerous, but if you are going to price beat us, I suggest you visit our website and check out what those terms and conditions are. If in the future you'd like to receive bulletins from us about new products, then if you go to the website at the top of every page, there's a piece of script that says newsletter sign up. Click on there, within seconds you'll be in business. In the future you'll receive bulletins from us. If, however, you prefer to get your information videographically, in other words in this form, then we would be delighted if you wanted to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can do that by clicking on the button below. Now, this is 2020, and during 2020 we're running a little promotion. We're going to be giving away to a YouTube subscriber a bike that we are calling a Steve McQueen tribute bike. It's based on a Mutt 125cc machine. It's a lovely little QT, fabulous bike. You can read more about it on the front page of our website or on the home page of our YouTube channel. We're going to be drawing the prize just before Christmas, but as I've said, if you want to stand a chance of winning it, you need to subscribe. Finally, I'd like to make a play for our fabulous little shop here in Guildford. We are based about a mile from the centre of town, a mile from the railway station. The shop footprint is not huge, but it's attached to our warehouse where we have more than £2 million worth of merchandise arranged over 3 floors. Technically, it makes us the second largest motorcycle apparel shop in the country. But we think that we are far more than just about the quantity of merchandise we have here in the building. We're about service, we're about personal fitting. If you want to check us out, visit Trustpilot. We have the highest 5-star ranking in the business. When you come and see us, we'll sit down with you, we'll serve you only the finest Italian illy coffee or proper Yorkshire tea in a proper teapot. And who knows, if you're lucky, you might even get to taste one of Sean's mum's delicious motorcycle-shaped shortbread biscuits. Anyway, this has been Chris. I hope to talk to you again soon.